What's up with y'all boys, man? Exclusivebuildz, where we do everything exclusive. And today's video is actually by the title, man. We back with another extremely unique, extremely fun, extremely unstoppable 6'8" demigod build. And today, bro, man, we got basically, you want to say NBA comparison, bro. This is young LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Young first Cleveland LeBron, probably first year on the Heat LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Where he out there with a 99 dunk. You feel me? And being hella fast and able to play defense. You know what I'm saying? We can still shoot, ISO, all that shit. And as far as like, y'all know how the 6'8" cap breakers and the cheesy shit go. I decided to go for the cheesy ball handle, speed ball, and block combo. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna be using 15 cap breakers, not even really 15. I believe that's 12 cap breakers onto block, ball handle, and speed ball. But overall, this build at full potential needs 22, but you can definitely get away with just having, I guess, 20. You know what I'm saying? But even 15 for people that don't have it, I'll explain that later when I show you how the cap breaker screen of what you can do for, you know what I'm saying, people with lesser cap breakers. But yeah, with that being said, not about to sit and do too much talking. Let's go ahead and get into how to make this extremely fun 99 drive and dunk 6'8" build that also do have a sort of a kind of a rare build name, which is a two-way diming high flyer at base model. And then when you add caps to your shooting on this build, it's going to change to a two-way dunking mid-range maestro. You know what I'm saying? But hey, either one of them names, they definitely very solid. But yeah, let's get into it though. But before we do that, get this video to 10 likes on the video. That'd be very appreciated. And if you knew we were going to stay here, hit that sub button, help your boy get to 5,000 subs. All that would be very appreciated. But yeah, let's get into it. So we going point, it's really a point, you know what I'm saying, 6'8" point, because we're gonna have to pass act. But we at shooting guard. But we gonna rock out with a shooting guard, 6'8", 185, 108 with a 7-foot wingspan. And we gonna start out with our physicals first. Alright, bro, so far as speed, we're gonna rock out with an 86 on the speed. That's balanced to all other ratings, you know what I'm saying, in this game. Majority of everybody have a 86 speed ball, so that's very solid. Agility, I tried to match it to have balance of movement, and we just went with an 85. And with the if you decide on changing anything, like this is a key stat on this build that cannot be changed. The lowest this can go is a 74. You can, I mean 84, my bad. You cannot go under an 84 or on this rating, or your ball handle and the shit start changing. The blocks, the cheesy blocks and ball handle and all that shit start changing. So you can't go no lower than an 84 on this build. And yes, I will tell y'all all the key things on this build, you know what I'm saying, to not change this, so you can keep the cheesy ball handle and block combo, you know what I'm saying. But movement, that is what it is. Strength, we're gonna go all the way up to a 71 on the strength. Only reason I went to 71 on the strength is really just to get the immovable enforcer on bronze, just so it can help us play better defense, and also using that as a +2 for our tier 2 to get the gold to play even better defense. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I got this. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And even with just driving to the rim, you know what I'm saying, you won't get pushed and knocked off your line. You know what I'm saying? You just have strength on your build to be very solid. Now, as far as vertical, to get out legend badges and all this shit, all lead off ones off too, you need a 90 vertical, and all that's gonna help with our blocks and our rebounding and shit on the build. So it's gonna be overall very balanced. But as far as physicals, this is what we got. Now let's go to move on to the finishing. Alright, bro, so far as finishing, close shot 74 is tied to the dunk. We get paint prodigy on bronze. Layup is also tied to dunk. I'm gonna get 74 layup as well. Use Zion Williamson layups. Drop and dunk at base model, man, we're gonna go with a 94 on that, and then we're just gonna add 5 here to get your contacts. You know what I'm saying? You already know about that. Standard dunk to get Zion Williamson dunk package, which has some 360 East bays and all type of crazy fun dunks. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do that shit in the park or 1v1 court or fives, you know what I'm saying, definitely can have some fun with that with a 60 dunk. And then post control, we're really not gonna add anything here, but with having a high mid-range, high spots and on your jumper, you know what I'm saying, you definitely can pull off a lot of post fades and be out there post fade like LeBronto. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that's cool. You feel me? Finishing, this is all we got right here. Now let's go to move on to the shooting. Alright, bro, so for his base model at mid-range, we're going to go with a 84 at base model, and we will be adding 5 caps here to get all the way up to 89, so we can get that set shot specialist on gold, shifty shooter and dead eye as well on silver. And we will be specializing in shooting on this build, just so we can bump our shooting stats up a little bit more with that 99. We're having 99 drive and dunk, having way more shooting stats, you know what I'm saying, to be very solid. So with our +2, me personally, for midi fades, I would probably go +2 for shifty shooter. You know what I'm saying? They have way more midi fades, and then just +1 our set shot specialist to off. You know what I'm saying? Just be very solid there, or even just go +1 or dead. I just make all of our shooting patterns gold. You know, You could do either one, whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Or you could do this way as well with our +1s and +2s and shit. Instead of +2 shifty shooter, probably just +1 that. And then +2 limitless range if you want to, you know what I'm saying, shoot from deep at a very high rate. And shoot with 833, that's decent enough for this type of build. You know what I'm saying? Can't go wrong with it. And sharpshooting takeover. You know what I'm saying? Majority of the time, there's going to be a takeover that you're using on this build, and y'all already know if y'all comboing up, you know what I'm saying, out here shooting all type of fades and shit, that sharpshooter badge is very OP. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to get that shit to work right. You know what I'm saying? But, shoot, that is what it is. Free throw, I believe I went to a 83 free throw and 2K labs or whatever it was. They say 83 free throws when you get a big jump on your free throw. So having this with fives, you could definitely knock down free throws consistently if you play fives, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't, take it off, add these points elsewhere before shooting. This is all we got. Now let's go to move on to the playmaking. Alright, y'all boys, so far as playmaking, first thing first, we're going to go with an 85 pass accuracy so we can be able to be a combo guard and run the point. Now, if you do have this specialization already done as far as playmaking, you could definitely specialize in this as well. But I just feel it's better to do shooting. Ball handle though, at base model, we're going to rock out with a 66 and adding 5 here to take you all the way to an 86. You get all your badges, all your not ankle breakers. You do get your ankle breaker on silver, you get all your, you know what I'm saying, decent dribble moves and shit. Ball handle, spill ball is going to go to a 71, and with just 2 caps breakers here, we're going to take us all the way to an 80 spill ball, so we get that blur takeover. If you want to use that takeover, you know what I'm saying, to attack the rim, you know what I'm saying, you definitely could use that. You feel me? Or if you just don't really care about having it, just use 1 cap breaker here to get to a 75 to get that lightning launch on silver, and just use a +1 on that. You know, but playmaking, bro, this is pretty much it. Now, if you do specialize in this damn thing right here, just go ahead and +1 lightning launch, and then use your +2. I would probably say on handles for days or ankle assassin. You feel me? And then probably just use these other little tier 2 +1s onto your dimer and get them joints to half. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it as far as playmaking. Now let's go to move on to the defense. Alright, so defense, we're going to go with a 60 on interior so we can get our paint prodigy on bronze. Perimeter defense is going to go all the way to an 85 perimeter. Now, there are other templates where you can get up to a 95 perimeter, 91, 92, or even a 96 prim, but I wanted to wear around the build and add more mid-range shot creation ability, and I wanted to cheese the block and ball handle speed ball, so I had to sacrifice having that very high perimeter, and we just gonna rock up with 85 and have all silver badges, bro. You know what I'm saying? I go in move enforcer, speed and instincts is just going to help us out a lot on defense, and even with 85 rating, this is very solid in this game. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just that on that. Steal, we gonna rock out with a 73 on the steal just so we get that interceptor on the silver. Block, we're going to go with a 55 at the block, and we're adding 5 cap breakers here. It's going to take us all the way to a 74 so we can get that paint prodigy on bronze, and we do get a high fly and iron stuff like that on bronze as well. And shit, use your +1s and +2s on these categories or whatever you want to do, however you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I would probably go high fly and iron on fucking silver. You know what I'm saying? Because they somewhat of a LeBron template. Shit, you need to be able to chase down some dunks. You know what I'm saying? Chase down motherfuckers and have hella fun there. Defense though, man, this is what we got. Ain't really too much else to say. Now let's go to move on to the rebounding. Alright, y'all boys, so far as offensive rebound, this is not a key stat. Well, it's semi a key stat. To you can't go lower than a 60. I'm gonna just say that. You can't go lower than a 60 O board. But the real key stat is this defensive rebound. We cannot go lower than a 70 defensive rebound, and I'm not sure why it's even doing that. Okay, I figured it out. We cannot go no lower than a 70 defensive rebound. Defensive rebound, bro, this shit is so compared. Like, look at this, bro. Just compared to offensive rebound, that shit is just so cheap. That's why I say this is semi not that much of a big difference. You know what I'm saying? But that defensive rebound, fool, with just adding 10 points, bro, just finish off the build. Like, that's one of the key things to getting the ball handle and block. And we can't go no lower than that. So if you do decide on changing things up, don't go no lower than a 70 defensive rebound, a 60 O board, and don't go no lower than a 80 for agility. If you decide on changing things up here, now that standard dunk isn't necessarily needed. Shit, everything else though is interchangeable. You feel me? Now if you do decide on taking this playmaking off, you gonna have to probably put your perimeter defense up high as shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, whenever you gonna do that, get in the lab, mess around with it. But as far as my template, this is what I got so far. Let me show you this cap burger screen. All right, bro. So in the order that I would go for someone that has 20 cap breakers, you know what I'm saying, my first 5 I'm going to go to 86 ball handle. You know what I'm saying, we need that off the rip. Next 5 is going to go with the 99 driver dunk. Next 5 is going to go with the mid range to get an 89 midi. And then our next points is going to go to 1 point is going to go to speed ball, so we can get that 75 speed ball, silver lightning launch. And then I will be adding 4 to the block, so I get a 68 block, just high fly tonight on bronze. And then when season, what is that, like season 5 and season 6 come around, we'll be able to get an 80 ball handle and also the 74 block. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's just the order that I would go in. Now for people that have less than 20 caps, bro, I would probably go ball handle first, 1 point to the speed ball, then I would go 99 driving dunk, and then I probably put the rest of it on most likely I'll put the rest of it on the mid range, and then just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? If you have less than 20 cap breakers, you got like 15 or something around there, that's just what I would do. But hey man, feel free to make the build however you want to make your build and around how many cap breakers you have or you're going to get. All right, y'all boys, y'all seen that cap breaker screen, man. Shit, I told y'all what I would do with my order. You know what I'm saying? Hey, with that first little 15 caps, you know what I'm saying, you'll be missing out on some things if you only have 15 caps, bro. I'm gonna be honest, you're gonna be missing out. But like the 22 caps will perfectly finish off the build and make this motherfucker a real life demigod, you know. But other than that, man, shit, as far as shades, we got T-Mac, John Starks, Mikael Bridges in the shades, and the build name is two-way diamond high flyer. But once you put your mid-range stats on the build, it's definitely going to change. And I'm going to quickly pop up a screenshot, you know what I'm saying, with having 89 mid-range and showing you what your build name will be. Now this is what the build name will be once you put your cap breakers on your build. But this template right here is just when I already have the 89 midi without it, and we get these raw shades with the build. And then for this next one, bro, you just get the same stats, you know what I'm saying, same stats, everything the same from what you seeing on the 2-guard build. It's just we get small forward this time, you know what I'm saying. We get Carmelo Anthony in the shades, and we still get the name off rip. And probably when you put caps on the build, it probably give you a whole different name. So if you want to make him as small forward, then go ahead and do that. You will still be a viable build at the small forward position. As y'all can see, I'm not capping, you know what I'm saying. Hopefully when you do upgrade the build and put your cap breakers on it, it still give you the name. But that build is that's just when I already have the 89 mid-range without using the caps, you know what I'm saying. So going over the 85 threshold most likely will change the build. It's either 87 threshold or the 85 threshold as far as the mid-range, and that's where it's gonna change the name. So yeah, that's just it though, man. That's the build. Hopefully y'all fuck with it. If y'all do fuck with the build or enjoy anything about the video, then let me know down in the comments below. And also go to like, comment, subscribe if you do. Help me boy get to 5,000 subs, get this video to 10, 20 likes on video. Turn your post notifications on, share the video so it get pushed out to the YouTube recommended, so everybody can get a hold of this 6'8", 99 driver dunk demigod build. And yeah, man, shit, with all that be very appreciated. But yeah, man, I'm out here to catch y'all boys in the next video.